There's no way that's the same dog. I swear all the comments on Instagram everywhere were like, people were like, why are you making this up? That's not the same dog. I first met Brad Pitt about a year ago. He looked like a big, huge, fluffy dog, and I wasn't really looking close enough. It was only when I sort of pulled in to give him a treat one day that I realised it wasn't all nice, big, fluffy hair. It was all grossly matted, and he was in huge pain because he'd been completely and utterly neglected. His legs were about twice the size that they actually were. He was just slow and heavy, and he was just in a world of pain, bearing in mind that it was extremely hot at the time. So I started to try and befriend him and catch him, which wasn't easy at the start. Even though he was slow, he was still able to get away from us. So it took him, I think, all in all about 2 weeks to catch him. Tried everything, but in the end was able to sedate him and get him calmed down and trick him down in a little sort of alleyway, and were able to catch him and get him groomed. Getting him groomed sounds like an easy task, but it was lucky that he was sedated because it was like shearing a sheep. There was so much fur on him, and it just actually felt really, really satisfying to just know that he was carrying that all around with him, and then to see it gone. He just looked like a completely different dog. And actually, I groomed him twice, and the first time after grooming him, people actually came back to me online and they were like, that's not the same dogs. Even my own friend, people that I know, people that had seen Brad Pitt, they're like, look, you've made a mistake. You've picked up the wrong dog at the groomers. There's no way that's the same dog. And if I hadn't seen him with my own eyes, I nearly wouldn't believe it. I swear all the comments on Instagram everywhere were like, people were like, why are you making this up? That's not the same dog. The only thing I always tell people is to look at the nose. That's the only way you can actually see that it is the same dog. That shows you how bad it was.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Brad Pitt. Look at you, your friend Tina. You are looking spectacular today, mister.
And then brought him in, and I realised, look, this dog has been neglected. Nobody's really looking after him, so it's time to get him up for adoption. So really lucky that some people applied online. You couldn't make it up. The most fitting home after interviews was in California, in America. I just thought it was very fitting that Brad Pitt would end up going to America.
Now, we have some good news for you, Brad. You're getting adopted. Do you know where? You're going to America. America, mister. You're leaving the streets forever and you're going to America. To California.
He's not going to be far from Hollywood. He's going to be in Long Beach, which is in California. So maybe his new owners might, if they keep the name, they might take him up to Hollywood. All that's important though is that he's in his forever home. He's a very friendly, affectionate dog. He'll make a wonderful pet. He just wasn't really cut out for the streets. He's sort of not like a typical street dog. I don't know his full backstory. More than likely he just was abandoned by people who wanted a cute dog and then couldn't be bothered grooming him and keeping up his appearances. So he's really turned into the friendliest dog. He loves his humans, he loves cuddles, he loves hanging out with people, and he's going to fit in perfectly in his new home.
Good boy, good boy. Okay, let's put you.
Brad Pitt's really taught me, I think, to, you might be down and out, or you might not look your best, or you might be down on your luck. Life has sort of ups and downs, and has a funny way of, the brightest days come after the darkest moments. And I think that's true for Brad Pitt. He was out there with the world on his shoulders, literally, all that fur, but now he's going to America, and you couldn't make it up. Brad Pitt is going to America, and I just love that.